Lately, I really started to question why I drink in the first place. I don't like the taste of it. I don't necessarily care to be drunk. I mean, it's fun and all, but it's not that fun to the point where I'm willing to be hungover the next day. Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Tyler. For any of you guys clicking on one of my videos for the very first time, if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you as always. Today we are going to be talking about Sober October because it's October 1st, which means that I will be going sober for one whole month. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about why I've decided to participate in Sober October, how I feel now, my relationship with alcohol and different substances, how I hope that this month helps me, and different ways that I am going to hopefully make it through this month completely sober. If at any point you're enjoying this video, please like it, comment down below, let me know what you think. Are you participating? Are you not participating? Have you done it in the past? I would love to know. So as far as alcohol goes, I've been drinking on and off for years. I'm not going to say exactly when I started drinking because for one, I don't really remember, and for two, I don't condone underage drinking. If I happen to have started when I was underage. Not saying I did. Alcohol has never been my favorite thing. Alcohol doesn't taste good to me. I have hangovers pretty much every single time that I drink, which is why I feel like Sober October is perfect for me, and it probably won't be that hard to stop doing it because I just don't enjoy it to begin with. I do feel like I've drank a lot of times in the past because it was just there, everyone else was doing it, it was a social thing. And I'm not gonna lie, I do enjoy a cup of wine every now and then. I will throw back a few shots, you know, during a celebration, but as far as the taste of it and the way I feel the next day, I'm just not a fan of it. And as I've gotten older, I realized that I truly cannot do hard alcohol without feeling terrible the next day. And for that reason alone, I've decided that alcohol is definitely one of the things that I'm giving up for this month. And I'm excited about it because alcohol is not my friend. It's just not. When it comes to other substances other than alcohol, the only other thing I've ever done is weed. And weed, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't think that I've ever had as bad of a reaction from weed like I have with alcohol. I've definitely been able to tolerate smoking more than I have drinking, which is why sometimes I would smoke and not drink, or I would do both to kind of balance it out. And I don't know if that's in my own mind that I feel like if I do both, it'll balance me out, or if other people feel that way, but I just think that if you do a little bit of both, you can kind of stay at a good level. But for Sober October, I'm not going to be doing weed either. I won't be smoking it. I won't be doing any edibles, none of that. In the past, I've smoked flower. I've had a weed pen in the past. I've done edibles, and weed is definitely more tolerable for me and my body, but I did start to realize that it started to affect my ability to think on the spot. My thoughts weren't coming to me as quickly as they used to. I feel like it's affected my sleep. I don't dream as often as I used to. My energy level and the drive to do things during the day, it's not as powerful, so my drive has been affected. It just makes sense to kind of give that up too during this month because that might be a little bit more of a challenge. Although I haven't smoked in almost 4 weeks, and I am very proud of myself. When I record my videos, I've noticed that after smoking, my ability to just speak to you guys and not have to take breaks, the editing process it's a lot longer when I've smoked because I'm stopping a lot more. I can't get my thoughts together. I'm having to do things more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times sometimes. So I realized that about myself within these past 4 weeks, and I like how I am right now. I like having not have smoked for 4 weeks. The effects is already night and day. So I'm like, if I go a whole nother month without smoking, I'm gonna be on top of it, you know? I want to talk a little bit about why I am not gonna be drinking alcohol. So I realize how much it affects my body. I feel extremely sluggish after drinking alcohol the next day, whether I have a hangover or not. Sometimes I wake up and I want to throw it all up. Other times I don't necessarily feel like throwing up, but I can just feel the alcohol running through my veins. I just feel it in my system and I don't like it. The whole thing is not fun. I don't like it. The difference in my skin, I definitely break out the more I drink, so I don't want that, and that has changed a lot. I don't drink as much as I used to, for example, in college. And that was probably the time that I drank the most. So my skin has definitely improved since I've stopped drinking alcohol as much. With weed, although I enjoy, for the most part, how I feel when I have smoked, I realized that I started to do it in order to enjoy activities. And that's not good, because you can enjoy things and be sober, but for some reason I started to think that before I go to the beach I should smoke, because it's just one of those places where you want to relax and you just, I don't know. For some reason in my mind, doing certain activities like going to the beach, I would enjoy doing those activities more if I was high. And that's not necessarily true. But I will say that I've never been the type of smoker that smoked until they couldn't move. We call that being stuck. I don't know if you guys know that. You guys probably do if you're watching this video. But being stuck is literally being stuck on the couch, stuck in your bed, just stuck watching TV and being in that high mindset. I don't really like that feeling. If I smoke and I still want to be creative. I still want to work. I still want to go and do things after smoking. I'm not the type of person that smokes a whole lot and can't be productive. I've never been that type of smoker. Up until today, I have drank here and there. I think I mentioned this, but I will have a glass or two of wine, or I'll have a White Claw, or I'll even have a mixed drink. If I go out with a friend, we'll get sangria maybe, but I don't drink every day. So because of that, this challenge might be easier for me than it is for some people, because I've already kind of limited my amount of drinking because I can't really take drinking to that extent. But some people I know drink every single day, and so stopping is going to be a little bit harder for them than it is for me. Lately, I really started to question why I drink in the first place. I don't like the taste of it. I don't necessarily care to be drunk. I mean, it's fun and all, but it's not that fun to the point where I'm willing to be hungover the next day, if that makes sense. Like, it's a great feeling and all. I feel free, I'm having fun, but when I weigh, the good and the bad, and I think about the hangover that I'm gonna have the next day, it's just not worth it, because I have fun without being drunk. I'm outgoing without being drunk. So there's also that. Some people drink because they feel like they're more themselves. They're more loose. They're more outgoing. I feel outgoing without drinking. So I really have been thinking, what am I doing? What is the point? And I came to the conclusion that I drink because it's there. And it's the same thing with weed. I smoke because it's there. I smoke because I have it. If someone offers me weed, do you want to hit this? If I'm just sitting at home, it's kind of like, sure, why not? But do I want to be high though? And the same thing with drinking. If I go out and everybody's ordering drinks, whether or not I feel in my heart that I want to be drunk, I just order a drink because that's what's going on. I'm in a social place, but I'm just trying to be more mindful of my reason for doing these things. Do I want to be drunk right now? Do I want to be high right now? And the answer is no. I don't care to be, because I've also started to realize that I enjoy being present. I enjoy being in the moment. I enjoy being able to feel emotion, and drinking and smoking, as we all know, it numbs you and it takes you out of the moment, and that's why a lot of people do it. So the intention behind drinking and smoking has been heavy on my mind, and I just realized that I just really don't have the desire. So anyways, let's talk about how I plan on staying sober this month, because it's going to be harder for some people than it is for me, because I've already kind of started my journey with not smoking, and then with drinking, I already don't drink that often, so that is going to be pretty easy for me. But there's still, a want here and there to maybe smoke a little bit. So when it comes to staying sober this month and making it through this challenge, how do I plan to do it? One, I've gotten rid of everything. I don't have any weed. I don't have a pen. I don't have any edibles. I don't have any of that in my house around me at all. I personally think that getting rid of everything is probably one of the best things you can do, especially if you're someone who is tempted to do it because it's there. Alcohol as well. I don't really have alcohol in the house. I have this bottle of wine. I love Cabernet, and this is the only alcohol that I really have in the house right now. It's not open or anything, but I don't feel tempted to drink it. That's the thing. If you feel tempted to drink alcohol or to smoke weed or any other substances that you participate in, don't have it around you. It's just not going to be good. I would say to get rid of everything before you start this challenge, so you're just starting off very clean. Finding new hobbies for me is huge. I think that everyone should figure out what they like and what they like to do. For me, I like to read. I've gotten more into yoga and Pilates, and of course recording YouTube videos and writing and stretching. I feel like finding hobbies that can fill those time periods where you would probably smoke or you would probably drink could help take the temptation away, and you'll create a new habit, hopefully a healthy habit of reading or doing yoga. And by the end of this challenge, maybe you won't even want to smoke anymore. Maybe you won't want to drink. You just want to continue doing yoga, for example. So finding new hobbies, in my opinion, will help a lot. Check in with yourself. Maybe write in a journal, write down your thoughts and feelings on how things are going so far, or take pictures, your before and after pictures, and at the end of the week look back at the pictures you took from last week to see how your body has changed, to see how your skin has changed. I think that that will also help motivate you to keep going, because you're seeing the positive changes in yourself. And if you don't want to just do check-ins with yourself, you can check in with your friends who are also doing the sober challenge, or people who have been sober for years, because there are people that are well on their way who have not had a drink in 4, 5, 10 years even. So creating new bonds with people who are on the same journey, because it can be really hard to do things like this if you're the only one doing it. If you're going to hang out with friends who are still engaging in these things, it can be tempting for you depending on how strong you are at this moment and your ability to withstand temptations. I wrote down I will say that during this past month, these past 4 weeks of not smoking at all, I feel so good. I feel extremely present. I feel very aware. I feel like my thoughts are quick and I'm on my toes. I can respond quickly without, having to really sit and think about how I feel. I just know. The thoughts come to me just like that. That is definitely a positive, and I'm excited to see how this next month will affect me, because if I'm already feeling this good, it'll only get better. All in all, I think that this challenge is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be interesting to see what the effects are. I can only see them being positive effects. And I know that some people are going to probably have a harder time with it, but just know that you're not the only one doing it, and that you should just take one step at a time, one day at a time, and be proud of yourself for that. Even if you are able to get through half the day without doing any of the things that you're trying to hold off from, just be proud of that, and don't be too hard on yourself, because it's a challenge. It's not going to be easy, especially if you do these things every single day, but just know that the effects are going to be so rewarding, and keep your eyes on the prize. A lot of us have been drinking or doing other substances for so long that it's become a part of our normal daily routine, which is not a good thing. We feel like, okay, I had a long day at work, I'm gonna have a drink when I get home, and that just becomes like a daily thing. But in reality, we don't need that drink when we get home. If we really want to relax, go and do some yoga, sit down with yourself, write in a journal, take a bath, go run, do some sort of workout, stretch. Like, there's so many things that you can do aside from drinking and smoking, but I know that that's easier said than done, because substances have become a numbing thing for a lot of us, numbing different traumas and feelings, not wanting to be present. So it's different for everyone. I just know that for me, it's going to really allow me to be present. So I am super excited to be sober for this next month. If you've already decided that you're going to do this challenge, let me know down below. What are you going to be cutting out? You don't have to tell me, but is it going to be hard for you, do you think? And if you're watching this video and you've randomly decided that you want to take part in this challenge right along with me, also let me know down below in the comments. I've decided that I'm going to do a check-in at the end of every week, let you guys know how I'm doing, how I'm feeling. Is it rough? Is it going well? I'll talk about it and keep you guys up to date. But in the meantime, please subscribe before you go, like this video, and follow me on Instagram at misstylersimone. And I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye.